To finish off our review of pre-algebra, we're going to look at change as a percent. So the change as a percent formula is the new value minus the original value divided by the original value. What this means is that we could end up with either a positive or a negative depending on if the change is going to be greater or smaller than the original. Now the way that I'm going to notate this for you is delta percentage equals V2 minus V1 over V1. Delta stands for change. So we have the change in percentage or percentage change equals the value of the second item minus the value of the first item over the value of the first item. The first question in this section is finding a percent decrease. So it says a coat is on sale. The original price is $82. The sale price is $74.50. What is the discount expressed as a percent change? So again, as with everything, we have to choose the correct formula, which is going to be our change of percent formula, V2 minus V1 over V1. We then substitute our known values. Now, the sale price, or the value 2, is $74.50. So we're going to go 74.5 minus the original price of $82, and that is being put over top of the original price, again, $82. So 74.50 minus 82 is 750, or 7.5. So we end up with negative 7.5 over 82. Now notice that the sign in front of the fraction is a negative. And again, this makes sense because we're looking for a decrease. 7.5 divided by 82 is 0.091. So again, remember to move your decimal 2 spots to the right. And that means that your percentage change is going to be negative 9.1%. In our next problem, we're going to look for a percentage increase. So a store buys an electric guitar for $295. The store then marks up the price of the guitar to $340. What is the markup expressed as a percent change? Choose the correct formula, V2 minus V1 over V1. Then substitute the known values into the formula. So this time, the markup is going to be $340. So that's the second value. So 340 minus the original value of 295 over the original value of 295. 345 minus 295 is 45, so we're left with 45 over 295. When we solve that, we get approximately 0.153. So again, move your decimal spot or 2 spots to the right, and you end up with approximately 15.3%. And that again is a positive increase because the store marked up the price from what it paid for the guitar. Our second formula is going to be the formula for relative error. And you'll notice that this is very similar to the percentage change formula that we looked at just a little bit earlier. The only difference is that the numerator is going to have absolute value around it. So it's going to be relative error equals the absolute value of the estimated value, or value 2, minus the actual value, value 1, over the actual value, which again was value 1. I'm going to note this as RE equals the absolute value of EV minus AV over AV. That brings us to our next question. A decorator estimates that a rectangular rug is 5 feet by 8 feet. The rug is actually 4 feet by 8 feet. What is the percent error in the estimated area? Now what the question has done is it's given us linear lengths for the rugs. So we have to take this from being a one-dimensional problem into a two-dimensional problem. So that means we've got to find the area. And what is the area formula for a rectangle? It's base times height. So we're going to go ahead and multiply the base and height of both of those area rugs. Now the first one is going to be 5 times 8, and the second one is going to be 4 times 8. That gives us an area on the estimated rug of 40 square feet, and on the actual rug of 32 square feet. The next thing we need to do is go ahead and choose the correct formula, which again is going to be RE equals the absolute value of V2 minus V1 over V1. Substitute the known values. 340 So we plug in 40 and 32 in the appropriate places, and that means we have the absolute value of 40 minus 32 over 32. 40 minus 32 is 8. The absolute value of 8 is 8. So we get 8 over 32, which is 25%. So we have a 25% relative error in the estimate.